broadcasting to Harry Potter fans around the world for more than 11 years. Join Terrence Pinkston, Bailey Riddle, Luke Hogan, Gretchen Rush, and Alex Lohman as they take the wizarding world by storm. This is Hogwarts Radio. Stay classy, Hogwarts.
Welcome to episode 254 of Hogwarts Radio. I'm Terrence Pinkston.
I'm Bailey Riddle.
I'm Luke Hogan.
And I'm Gretchen Rush. Hogwarts Radio can be found anywhere you get your podcasts online. It doesn't matter where you listen, just be sure to click subscribe and you'll have a new episode as soon as it's released.
Make sure you follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to get in on the fun with other listeners and fans of the series.
And beginning today, check out the Unfoundables at patreon.com/unfoundables.
That's right. Well, guys, it's been a fun couple of days here so far. We are live in Boston, Massachusetts, or as we were saying last night, Mississippi or something.
Boston, Mississippi.
Boston, Mississippi.
We're actually in Austin, Massachusetts.
Austin, Massachusetts, yeah.
We don't know where we are.
But we are attending LeakyCon 2019, and it's finally wonderful to see all of you guys in person.
It is.
Can confirm all seem to be
real.
mostly human.
Mostly.
You are not just internet trolls.
I know.
Well, that could
Not just, yeah, not just. I'm more than that.
Gretchen's more complex than
I'm
that.
a person too. Person first, troll second.
I feel like I swallowed a niffler. This is wonderful. So what are we? Spent a day at the con so far. This is day 2. We're getting ready to head out to our Credence Human or Beast panel with the ladies from Swish and Flick and Eric from MuggleCast. That's going to be a lot of fun, but some of you guys, this is your first LeakyCon. So what do you think so far?
I think it's really fun. I mean, I go to a lot of cons, so this is not a first con for me, but it is my first Leaky, and going to something that's Harry Potter specific is very different. Normally when I go to Gen Con, I'm like, what's the one Harry Potter thing? Oh, Harry Potter Yoga, found it, and I sign up for it. So having something that's entirely Harry Potter, I'm like, oh, I can pick anything and it's going to apply to what I'm interested in. And everyone's been so nice. It's like insane.
It's disconcerting.
It's scary. It's really scary.
Nice people are. And like the opening ceremonies, I thought was really awesome.
Delightful.
And they did a great job, I thought, of truly boiling down. These are the important things to the people that are still in the community. And I thought it was a pretty special thing to see, and it set the tone for the whole thing. I think it kind of, like you were saying, sets the tone for we're all here because we love it, and we're all here to be nice to each other. So
yeah,
Mostly.
And but I think that's shown up because I've done a bunch of different Game of Thrones cons, and I'm not gonna say it's incredibly different, but certainly it's a slightly different group of people, obviously, and just the way they interact and the way they're so supportive. There's no contention.
LeakyCon is a family.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And that
absolutely.
was really clear last night at the rock concert too, because all of those rockers played in like every song. Like Brian from Draco and the Malfoys, I think he was up there almost the entire time. They were all playing. They were playing multiple instruments, like backing each other up. Matt from the Whomping Willows, which doesn't even exist anymore, like he was there because his wife is playing, and he was helping other people, and he was doing like a mini Whomping reunion, and everyone just like created magic on the stage. It was really cool.
It was a pretty special show. I thought that was a lot
It was
of fun.
awesome.
Yeah, that was not my first rock show, but the first one in a long time. And I've kind of forgotten the magic. Yeah, I've forgotten the magic a little bit. And it's just wonderful how, like, that show kind of brought back those nostalgic feelings of, oh my God, yeah, I remember something like this, you know?
Yeah, I mean, where else are you going to go to a concert where they can get everyone to sit down on the floor and have a campfire song together?
Yeah, because it was so great. Because I don't know if we'll talk about it later at all more, but Harry and the Potters, talk about showmanship.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
some of the most eccentric and fun
So funny.
shows I've ever seen. And I've been to a lot of different rock concerts in general, and they were doing things you don't see. I mean, no one does stuff like that, but it kind of only would work in a setting like this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so niche and so specific, but everyone there is so passionate about it. Hell yeah, let's do it. Like, why
So
not?
funny.
And he just opens up with one of the Potter Georges. Opens up with, have you guys ever gone camping? Maybe a day or two. How about 400 pages worth? It was great.
It's so good.
And they're so different. I mean, they're just walking around the whole time during the con. I mean, throwing out snitch witches, and they're on stage.
Wearing the yellow jumpsuits, yeah.
The on-stage persona is so different than how they interact.
They're quiet.
They're quiet.
Very
They're
quiet.
reserved.
Yeah.
And then they get on stage, and it's just like, who
And they
lit
just
this?
let loose.
Who lit this firecracker?
Yeah. Yeah. So has anything stood out for you guys so far? Like any one particular thing?
The opening ceremony, I thought was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
We didn't see the whole thing. I think we saw at least
Most
the
of
last
it,
half or
yeah.
more. The marketplace in general. I think the vendors do an incredible job of creating things that you want to buy. I know typically I walk around first day at a con, I'm like, I'll just walk around, not going to buy a single thing, and if I want it again tomorrow, I'll be prepared and I'll buy it then. But there were more things I was interested in buying here day one off the bat than I'm used to.
Yeah.
And it's just a testament to how much craft and art they put into what they're doing.
You got a cool dark mark, didn't you?
I did. I'll show it to the camera. It's fading a little bit.
It's
But-
still great.
I got our Harry Potter musical dark mark with the smiley face. Yeah.
Gretchen, you got something pretty special too, huh?
My pin?
Yeah, there you go.
My pin, yeah. Yeah, I have the same rule as Luke. I look around and I watch everything first and I see if I want to buy anything. And this is my third con and weekend in a row. So it's like, do I really need anything else? Which, no, I probably don't. But I ran into the Oddment and Tweak booth and he had a chocolate frog card pin that was General Leia Organa. And I absolutely had to have it. And the detail on it was incredible. It wasn't like he just took Leia's picture and put it on the frog card. It also had like Star Wars style to it, so that was really cool, and I was like gushing over it, and he's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, like yeah.
His pins were awesome.
His pins
He
were
had
amazing.
He had the Weasley family clock that moved.
Yes.
He had the nearly headless Nick, whose head actually nearly popped
Was nearly
off.
I didn't
headless.
see that one.
It was
That
awesome.
one was great.
It
Yeah,
was-
and there were a lot of
tons them.
versions of pins. Like there were some that had the glitter on it, and there were some that were the same pin just without the glitter. So it was like you had options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His booth was really cool. I was very impressed by him. And just other booths too had really awesome creative stuff, like a lantern that had a scene of the Whomping Willow with the Ford Anglia. Like, where else are you gonna find that? That was
That
so
is so
creative.
cool.
It was so cool. So yeah, I was really impressed by the vendors, especially considering it's my third con in a row.
Yeah.
Did you guys say he was your favorite vendor that we visited?
He was
Luke
my
doesn't do
favorite.
favorites.
I don't think yeah, he was great. I mean, just talking to him a little bit, really just nice guy, you know? And again, like most people here,
Yeah.
they just love to be here. A lot of times you go to a con, it's the vendors are, this is my job. Like, I'm just here to whatever. It's a different feel. And maybe that's what I'm getting at with the marketplace in general is the vendors give a shit. Like, they're the ones that put so much passion into it,
Right.
and it shows. And interacting with them, they know that we care, and it's easy to see that they care too. They're not just trying to make money off us. They're there because they want to create these
They
things.
care just as much as
Yeah,
we do.
it's pretty special.
See, and LeakyCon has done a wonderful job of curating just that specific kind of content to us. Because as Bailey and I were talking a few days ago, like, this is a smaller convention that we've ever been to, a smaller LeakyCon, but it feels much more close. I don't know why I felt more like, I mean, people I haven't seen in years, I can just reconnect with them as though we saw than yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And you can only, I've only been to like one convention that can replicate that kind of intimacy, and that is LeakyCon.
Yeah, it's been
And
a lot of
so
fun.
that translates into the vendors. They only pick the vendors that are really gonna, do the fans justice.
Potter Puppet Pals. That was fun meeting Neil too. They're doing a show tomorrow morning.
Yeah, on the main stage.
Yeah, gonna try to make it to that.
So, any favorable moments from the weekend so far? I know we've been in Boston a couple of days. Luke and his garlic communion wafers.
Oh, you're still going about that.
I love that. Oh my God. That was the best thing.
Feel free
ever.
to tell the story if you'd like.
No,
to.
please, yeah.
So we were walking around Cambridge, around Harvard, and we'd been walking around for a little while. Went to the bookstore, went to the shirt shop, and Terrence became a student by getting a shirt and a hat. And
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
confusing people. So
Paid the tuition for it. Yeah.
we didn't get hit on the crosswalks because obviously we have money. So we were walking, we were starting to think, okay, well, we've kind of done the Harvard thing. What are we going to do now? And we started Googling where we were going to go to, and ended up being right next to this big old church, right at the corner of campus. Beautiful church. I don't know the name of it. I'm sure somebody does. And but beautiful church. And we were sitting there Googling on our phones a little bit, and we hear someone singing in the choir, practicing choir with the door open. And I start walking up that way, and Terrence goes, "What smells so great?" And I was like, well, obviously it's this top-rate Holy Communion wafer that they have at this church here. And I mean,
Died.
how could it get better than a communion wafer? Garlic communion wafers, right? I mean,
Died.
brought to you by Nabisco, the host with the most. Garlic communion wafers. Only ask for the best when it comes to your eternal salvation.
He killed me. Killed me.
You guys just kept talking about garlic communion wafers. I'm like, is this some vampire thing? Like, because they can't have garlic and they can't have like holy water.
They're just fancy.
But no, it's just for fancy Catholics.
Yeah, and then we got
I get
into
it.
a whole conversation of, well, if that's what they have here, what do they have at the Vatican?
Garlic
So-
Parmesan.
Garlic,
Ah.
garlic parm wafers. double stuffed.
Oh yeah, today's episode is brought to you by Cookies.
Cookies. Breakfast by Gretchen.
Breakfast.
Breakfast by Gretchen, yeah.
Yep.
Gretchen brought some of these beautiful maple cream Oreos, and oh my God, they are so delicious. They're like pancakes, you guys, but they're hard. I mean, the maple
Hard
cream,
small.
you could say it's a syrup, sure.
Well,
But-
you know what's not an ingredient in those? Maple.
What?
Maple's not an ingredient in those Oreos.
How do they get it to taste like maple?
An artificial flavoring.
Wow.
Delicious, right? Thanks, Nabisco.
Right. They need to come out with butterbeer flavored Oreos.
I thought they did something like that.
That was a troll.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
they
the thing
should.
about your artificial flavors, that'll taste the same in 30 years.
So true, which makes it worth it.
I don't know.
A shelf life.
Just don't have a shelf life of 30 years. You feel free to eat them though.
Then they turn into rock cakes.
Favorite cosplayers we've seen?
So many good ones.
Oh,
It's hard
so
to
many
choose.
good ones.
I think my favorite I've seen so far was the Akami.
That was great.
She had this amazing, like, iridescent blue costume
Yeah.
on.
I missed
I
this.
missed that one
was
too.
great. The Hedwig
Oh.
was awesome.
Hedwig was great.
cool.
I think the standouts to me was the entire Weasley family walking around.
Yep.
And I have their
Their
thing. It was
ribbon.
the Weasleys. I'll go get it because I
Go
want to
get
give them
it.
a shout
Give
out
them
because
a
they have a
shout out.
Facebook group.
Yeah.
I will go get my ribbon.
And then the Remember All was just so unique.
Super
And,
cool.
yeah, so creative to take one of those like blow up snow globe costumes and just dress in a red costume underneath it.
Boom.
Yeah, I would have never thought of it.
Yeah, that is really creative. Quite a few newts. We
Yeah.
met Jacob Kowalski.
Met Jacob Kowalski.
Yep.
I met a Luna. I got a selfie with her.
Yeah, I've seen a few Lunas.
There's a lot of Lunas.
I've seen one Queenie so far.
Yep.
A Sorcerer's Stone Harry.
Yep.
One of,
of young
the most unique Harrys I saw yesterday was Harry from movie 3 when he leaves the Was it movie 3?
Dursleys?
Yeah, when he leaves the Dursleys and runs away on the night bus, there was a Harry in movie 3 in like the same flannel, everything.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, the Weasley's Whimsical World of Harry Potter.
Yes.
That was a good group.
Yeah.
So good.
You know, funny story, we actually saw them in the opening ceremony in the main stage area, but it was so dark, and we were passing out ribbons, Hogwarts radio ribbons, and must not be named ribbons, and, you know, we were passing them out to everybody, and Luke was like, you know, we got out of there, and Luke was like, hey, you know, let's go pass out more ribbons. I said, okay, let's go ahead and start with the Weasleys. He goes, I think we already got them from inside. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it was pretty funny.
Oh, there was, I don't know if he was even in that group, but there was a twin Weasley with the ear. Just George. A head wrap. And right when we got there, we saw him.
Yeah, Deathly Hallows George. That was really cool.
Anything creative that you saw?
I think tons. Vendors, cosplays.
What about, there was a girl walking around in a blue dress last night. Light up dress at the...
Yes, she had a light up skirt or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was very cool.
Was she a Patronus?
I don't know if it was a themed dress or if it was just light up for the sake of light up.
Which is fine with me.
Yeah.
I was wearing my light up boxers, but no one saw it.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. I kept it to myself.
Moving on. So Gretchen, I don't know if you've posted it yet, but you were working on an article about the rock concert. Mm-hmm. Any standout moments besides Harry and the Potters?
Well, like I said before, the big thing for me was just the fact that they all collaborated on the concert. It wasn't like you go to these things and you'll see one performer, then the other, and then the other. They really all were a team. When Lauren Fairweather was performing, she brought out Steph from Tonks and the Oars, and they sang a song together, and they all were switching instruments and hanging out, and it just was a really fun time. The other thing for me that stuck out was, I really wish I knew his name. The assistant or prop master or whatever you call him for Harry and the Potters. Yes. He was dressed as Snape, but then he also was doing costume changes. He dressed up like a giant sword at one point. Yep. He dressed up like a phoenix that shot water. Phoenix tears. It was like a lot of huge spray of water. He was carrying around a blow-up dragon. He had a giant snake he was carrying around. He was throwing fish during the camping song, and all the fish had different parts. They were all different types of fish, and one had a sword attached to it because it was Swordfish of Gryffindor. So that guy, the stamina of that guy, and I mentioned him 2 or 3 times in my article just because I thought he was so amazing and so impressive to be yeah, I'm their guy, and I do every single thing for them, and I'm running all around, and I'm throwing things, and I'm carrying things and jumping up and down, and wearing a costume where my arms were by my side and still jumping up and down. Huge shout out to that guy, and if anyone knows who that was, please let me know so I can credit him in my article. Because he was awesome.
So Luke, you're our resident rock reviewer.
Yeah.
This was your first rock show.
It sure was.
What did you think?
It was as fun as I was hoping it would be.
Yeah.
Draco and the Malfoys, everything I could have dreamt of. It's so fun. Brian is an incredible guitarist, and those are things you cannot fake. The stuff that he's doing, and Harry and the Potters too. I mean, the musicianship it's there. I mean, they're not just out there not knowing what they're doing, and it just, I think, goes to show the level of talent and creators that are in the community. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. The Harry and the Potter show was so over the top and original and creative.
Definitely kept the audience engaged.
Yeah, and they did a great job of, because I've only listened to, I've still been holding off until I can review more. I've only listened to the first albums of both of them, and they did a good mix of stuff that I knew and stuff, because they've been making albums still. I mean, they just came out with one that I know Gretchen just bought the vinyl of, and that was awesome.
Lumos, yeah.
And that just came out this past summer.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely be checking that one out here soon too.
You and I were talking during the show that you could definitely tell not only the quality of the music, but the way that do the music as opposed to like their first album to the album now. Their album now, like Draco and the Malfoys, had a really punk feel to it.
Yeah, and that happens with musicians. They develop over time. Their tastes change, and luckily you're playing with such beloved characters that people are going to be more open to trying it, as opposed to, oh, this is my favorite band, and then they changed the style and I hate them now. Oh, I like them only in their first album. Like, no, you're not going to get that with these bands. And it might not be exactly the music you listen to, but the lyrics are so funny. Like, they do such a great job of crafting and putting you in the story at whatever point they're trying to put you in. Like the camping scene. I mean, it instantly, you're like, everyone there can get in that mindset of, okay, it's the trio camping, and these are the problems that they're dealing with, and they're fishing, which doesn't have in the books, but it should have. The Accio fish. Yeah, I mean, it was...
It's great.
Food. Yeah, well, it's not food at that point.
Yeah, it's a being. I also think with rock that it started off really simple. Like you listened to Potions yesterday. That song is a verse with a key change. Like it's the same thing over and over. And their newer music is it's a song.
Yeah.
Like it's so much more evolved, and the Lumos album from Harry and the Potters is phenomenal. Like it's a very, very good album, and then you add in the fact that it's Harry Potter music and you're like, oh, I love this.
Yeah.
Another really funny thing that we saw, and it was at the
Harry and the Potter's
booth. Harry and the Potter's booth was the cauldron bottom thickness report by Percy Weasley.
Oh my God, Chris Rankin posted that on Instagram. Yeah.
No, I think we're definitely going to go and pick that up today. That's some plain reading.
Yeah, that was so funny. I flipped through that. So one of the guys from Harry and the Potters, I can't remember which one, he wrote a Percy's cauldron bottom thickness report, and I'm flipping through it, and you can buy it. It's like a little booklet, and it's in like one of those
in a report folder.
Folders, and he's got like graphs and stats and measurements, and it's like $5, and it's absolutely hilarious. And someone gave it to, I don't know if they did or if someone else did, gave it to Chris Rankin, who played Percy, and I'm sure he loved it. It's hilarious.
Well, yeah, Harry and the Potters, I was just looking at their Twitter hoping I could find that their stagehand's name.
Yeah.
But they posted, you were doing it right at LeakyCon if you get Chris Rankin to sign a copy of your cauldron bottom thickness report.
Oh, it's so good.
And they've got a picture of someone who had signed it.
Yes.
Or signed it as Chris or as Percy.
Such a good
It's
idea.
hard to tell. It's very scribbly. It looks like there might be a P.
It might say Percy right there at the bottom. It's probably both. I think it's
Probably
kind of a combination. But
That's so funny.
Oh,
looks like that might say Percy right there in the middle.
Yeah, it looks like the top here says Chris.
Yeah.
I love it.
Maybe it's just went with Chris Percy.
Chris Percy. Percy Chris.
You saw him at the rock concert last night.
I did, yeah. I mean,
Oh.
that's another thing about this convention. 10 years ago, you, like, just, I guess, I hate to use this term, fandom celebrities, could not walk around without people just, like, mobbing them and, bothering them for pictures all the time. Well, as these conventions have progressed, as these people have become more accessible through social media and through seeing them at these various events, it's just they've become part of the event. So, you're at the rock show watching Harry and the Potters, and here's Chris Rankin standing right next to you, just,
Rocking out with you.
Yeah, exactly. Enjoying the same thing that you're enjoying. And that's crazy to think about, because he's the celebrity, and we're watching fan-created works, and other fans go absolutely crazy for it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I think Chris Rankin is just as much a fan of it as we all are.
yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I think he's been to like almost every LeakyCon as well.
He's
Every
very
Harry Potter
involved in all the
convention, yeah.
conventions.
Total shout out to Lauren Fairweather too. I thought she rocked pretty hard. She was awesome.
She did
Yeah,
rock
it was a lot
hard.
of fun.
She always does good stuff.
You guys rocked pretty hard last night too with the dancing. Yeah. I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah, me too.
It was almost as good as you and Eric.
Yeah, we were just trying to match the Macarena.
I think that was the Macarena, like on crack. We were just going crazy.
The macaroni.
The macaroni. It's like somebody sped us up. It's like that fast forwarding potion or whatever it is. Anything that we're looking forward to over the next couple of days?
Definitely looking forward to our panel. It
Yeah.
is my
Yeah.
first panel, so that'll be an interesting experience.
Yay. I'm excited to go back to the marketplace. I just remembered I want to go to. I wish I could remember what it's called, but there's a booth that has all vegan soaps and bath bombs and
It's
stuff.
like a Lush. Yeah.
It's like a Lush, but it's all nerd themed, and I'm gonna get some stuff. I hope my sister's not listening. I'm gonna get her some stuff for Christmas. Probably both my sisters. I'm gonna get myself some stuff. So that I'm excited to go back and do that. And also, we have the ball tonight, basketball,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I'm really excited about.
I'm looking forward to getting my voice back.
Yeah, nothing like closing out the ball with Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Oh my God,
It's
yes.
such a fun experience to sing that with everyone.
You guys have no idea. You're in for a special treat.
I can't wait.
It's really special.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Luke, anything?
Going to the brewery. Something else I want to do while we're here.
Any brewery?
There's a couple that I'd like to try.
The
Sam
brewery?
Adams.
Sure. That makes
That's a pretty
sense.
big one.
I've been to.
Harpoon.
Yeah, I've been to St.
Or
Adams.
Chile.
It's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's on my list while we're in the area.
Yeah.
But, cons specifically, seeing you guys on panel is gonna be a lot of fun for sure. Heckling you like we
Perfect.
like we did for the podcast.
Yep,
on Harry
we
Potter.
did for the
Yeah.
Mugglecasters.
Yeah, we did a good job heckling them.
Yeah, we're pretty
And
good.
yeah, maybe catching a couple other panels. I need to do
Handing out some more ribbons.
handing out some more ribbons. That's been a really fun way to connect
Oh my
with people.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
And people have been really receptive to it. And I don't know if you've ever seen these ribbons at LeakyCon. Mine is subpar compared to the loops you'll see or the floor trailing
Yeah.
lengths that you'll see. That is
20-foot long ribbon stacks.
that is not a thing at other conventions.
No, it's not.
And it's been
It's
a
so
pretty
much
fun
fun.
experience.
Yeah.
One, to have a reason to go out and interact with people, and they seem genuinely excited to give us a listen or
Oh, yeah.
rediscover Hogwarts Radio or listen to Must Not Be Named, and or they just like ribbons, and that's fine too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great icebreaker, honestly, and we get to learn a little bit more why they are here, why they enjoy coming to this thing, and we get to tell them why we are.
And we were talking about that yesterday too, was, you can't replicate that kind of organic interaction. It's just, somebody sharing the same love that you do, and you're like, hey, check out my fan created work. So lots of fun to be had. Well, guys, I think that is about it.
One quick question.
Oh
Hey, Sydney, anything from the chat?
yeah. Sydney's over here hiding.
She's asleep.
She's asleep.
I'm awake now.
She was up for like 20 hours last night, or the whole day. I mean.
Well, Stephanie was asking us about our shorts.
Oh,
Don't forget.
Fancy
Sorry.
unfoundable shirts.
yeah. So,
Nice. Show the back. Get unfound.
So we are launching
Maestro.
something very special today, and I wish I had my voice to tell you all about it, but I'm going to do my best. So we are launching our, Hogwarts Radio exclusive fan club called the Unfoundables. You are going to get special access to different things, and it is a one flat tier rate per month. It is $3 to join. You can join at patreon.com/unfoundables. That is our new Patreon page. The Hogwarts Radio one is assimilated into that. So we encourage you guys to go check that out. Give us a couple of days to kind of get everything transitioned over there. And we'll definitely have some good stuff up for you. But after, I think what we're going to do is every quarter we're going to give you guys something. One quarter we might give you guys all these cool shirts that we're sporting today. Another quarter we're going to give you water bottles that we have. We actually have them in the other room. We have tote bags, wristbands, ribbons that you can add to your badges. So many things and so many great benefits that our current patrons are not going to lose out on. In fact, you're going to get even more with what we have. So you're still going to have access to recordings, to exclusive content, to show documents and things like that. The Slack team, yeah. Oh my God, that's always a patron favorite.
My favorite.
Just a whole bunch of things. So we encourage you guys to go to patreon.com/unfoundables to get unfound today. I think the middle smarmy was the one that had the tequila last night.
Yep.
Yeah, he was going to get him this morning.
Oh my
I
God.
caught him.
He's such a lush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fire whiskey, he's off it. And he switched to tequila.
Seems safe.
Horrible.
Diet whiskey.
But also, actually, I think that's about it for this episode. We look forward to seeing everybody at the convention. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was bloody brilliant.
Codswallop.